A man named Jay Odula has recently made headlines for claiming that he successfully predicted the future of lab-grown organs. In 2018, he allegedly told the Daily Mail that by 2025, we will have grown a new organ in a lab. And guess what? In 2023, scientists announced that they had created a functional kidney in a lab. But how impressive is it really? Let's dig into this. If you ever want to get rich, easy way to do it is to become a psychic who predicts the future. Unfortunately, there's one teensy problem with that. You can't actually predict the future. So psychics hedge their bets by making vague statements that could apply to many different things or situations. Vague statements that are often couched in pseudoscientific language. Oh, the mystical powers of the universe align to reveal the secrets of tomorrow. Or my third eye is tingling and the spirits are moving. Anyway, this allows them to make a lot of plausible denials when their predictions do come true because, well, they never actually said that. They said that something might happen or could happen unless something else happens, or if this happens, then that will happen, but not always. This seems to be the way that Odula operates too. The Daily Mail article states that he predicted the COVID pandemic, the fire at Notre Dame and Brexit, but doesn't provide any evidence of him predicting those things. It's just his word that he did. It also mentions that he has a gift. He can tell the future. Oh yes, he can. According to the Daily Mail, his gift manifested when he was 14 years old, which is right about the time you stop believing in Santa Claus and start believing in your own psychic powers. Apparently, his great-great-grandfather was an Indian holy man who could also see into the future. So maybe Jay inherited his powers. Maybe he didn't, but here's the thing. Whether or not he can predict the future isn't really relevant to the accuracy of his predictions. You know, like even if he can predict the future, if his predictions are wrong, they're still wrong. So let's look at his prediction about lab-grown organs. Odula said that by 2025, we will have grown a new organ in a lab. Now that could mean that he predicted the creation of a fully functioning lab-grown organ, like a kidney or liver or something. But it could also mean that he was referring to some minor advancement in growing lab-grown tissues. After all, we've been able to grow skin tissue in a lab since the 1960s, and in 2006, French scientists grew a bladder in a lab and implanted it into a 4-year-old girl who had a rare bladder disease. This was not news. By 2018, when Odula made his prediction, scientists were already growing mini-livers in labs from stem cells. They were also growing heart-like structures from stem cells. These tissues aren't fully functional organs yet, but they're on their way. Researchers have since grown those tissues more sophisticated. So in that sense, Odula was right. We are growing new organs in a lab, but not because of anything that he predicted. What I find most interesting about this whole thing is how so many people fall for this stuff. It's not like it's hard to find people willing to share dubious stories about ghosts, psychics, and predictions of the future. There are plenty of those out there. But it's one thing to share a ghost story around a campfire, but quite another to write an article about it in a major publication. How many editors and fact-checkers does it take to allow an article full of unsupported claims to get published? The Daily Mail isn't exactly a bastion of journalistic integrity. If they can call someone a psychic and say that they predicted a pandemic without providing any evidence that they made that prediction, then I guess it shouldn't be surprising that they also published this article about a psychic. So if you want to know what's really happening in the world of medical science, stay tuned. We'll keep you up to date on all the latest actual scientific discoveries, instead of relying on psychics to tell us what's going to happen. Speaking of which, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, hit the like button, and we'll see you next time.